What is up, podcast land? What is up? We are officially back up in this thing for season two, y'all. And I just want to officially welcome you all back to Beats by Drag, a podcast from Odilla where we talk about drag, the hottest indie music, and pretty much anything else that's on my mind each and every other week. I'm Jaron, drag superfan and avid indie music listener, and I am juiced. I'm so juiced to be back with you all this week to talk about all of the coolest moments that happened in the Drag Race Queendom over the past 2 weeks, and also to jam out with you all to only the hottest and dopest indie music. All right, y'all. So we are officially in season 2. This is the season 2 premiere episode, and you know what? I am so excited to start this new season in a new space. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, but I first want to give a special shout out to everyone that's been hitting me up over the past few months over the break and been letting me know that they've been listening to the podcast episodes, been catching up and kicking with me over on the season 1 episodes. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for listening. But if you're watching me over on the YouTube channel, which is simply Beats by Drag. It's Beats by Drag. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe. Y'all know what to do. But if you're watching me over on the YouTube channel, you might be like, Jaron, why are you in this space with nothing behind you? Ain't nothing going on behind you, Jaron. What's going on? Over the break, I actually moved to a new city in North Carolina, and I'm in a new apartment, in my own apartment, my own home. But I am literally right now surrounded by boxes, by clothes. I got an iron over here. You know, I got a few sex toys over here for the OnlyFans content. That's a joke anyone's listening. That's a joke. But I was actually talking to my close friend, Jonathan Q. Swanson, about this new chapter of my life and the new season of the podcast. And, I was, a little concerned about, starting the podcast, without, everything together how I wanted it to be. But he was like, you are allowed to grow. And you know what we about to do? We about to grow on the podcast this season. We gonna grow. It's gonna be a visual journey. I'm excited to see what takes place around me. I hope you are too. We gonna see. But I said all of that to say that season 2 of the podcast actually kind of marks a new chapter of life for me. I'm in a new apartment. I'm starting a new season of the podcast. I am starting a new habit of not fucking with fuckboys. I can't even get that out with a straight face. I can't even get it out. But that's a work in progress too. That's also a work in progress. But you know what? In this new chapter of my life, I've actually been taking some time, to think about what lessons I want to bring into this new chapter of my life, just to set things on the right foot. I've been thinking about that. And, one of the lessons that I wanted to actually bring into this new chapter, I was talking to my therapist about this week. And one of the lessons was the importance of community. And when I tell y'all, my community over these past few years has lifted me up through some dark times, some rough moments, and community is so important, and I was reminded of that over the past few years, and I definitely want to bring that lesson to this new chapter of my life as I'm out here making new friends, bringing new energies into my life. I just want to remember that. But the other lesson that I wanted to bring into this new chapter of my life was that I just need to stay in the present. The lesson is the importance of staying in the present. And you know what? I was actually looking at a clip of RuPaul from his masterclass that is out everywhere right now. But RuPaul actually said during his masterclass, and I'm paraphrasing, but RuPaul said that when we're stressing about the future, we're robbing ourselves of the gift of the present. And, sometimes I just like to jump about 5 steps ahead in life and work and love. And, I'm up here literally worrying about all the things that could happen and could not happen. And during all that time, I'm missing out on the gift of the present. And in this new chapter, I am promising to myself, I am committing to myself that I am going to stress less about the future, and I'm going to pour more into the present. Did y'all like that? I came up with that. I was literally writing that. I was like, ooh, yes, I'm going to stress less about the future and pour more into the present. Just pour more. I want y'all to pour more with me. Go ahead. I want y'all to get your Brita filters out. Just pour. Get your Kool-Aid pitchers. Pour more right now. But I also just want y'all to just take some time with me just to think about the lessons that y'all are learning and carrying into the fall and the winter seasons of this year. And just go ahead and send me a note. Send me a note over at beatsbydrag@gmail.com. That's beatsbydrag@gmail.com. And I want to know what lessons y'all are bringing into these new seasons of our lives. But since we're talking new chapters in life and we're talking about my new apartment, I figured I would actually spend some of the tunes that I have been jamming to in this new space because y'all know I got my vibes going. I literally have a Google Nest in literally every room in this apartment because I always got to have my music going. But I actually call my apartment the J Spot. And I call it the J Spot because Joan and Girlfriends, her restaurant, was called the J Spot. But over at the J Spot, we're dipping it and we're doing it. We're jamming and we're grooving. And this first tune that I'm going to play for you all is one that I've had on repeat over here at the J Spot. And it's from one of my favorite beat makers, Mitch Geist. You all probably are familiar with Mitch Geist by now because I'll be playing his music on the podcast. But Mitch Geist is one of my favorite beat makers, and this song right here is titled Close to Me, and it's literally has been lifting my spirits up over the last few days, and we're about to get into Close to Me, but of course you can always listen to this song on the Odilla 2022 playlist. Just search Odilla, Odilla on Spotify. But let's go ahead and vibe with Mitch Geist, and when we come back, we'll get into this week's Drag Race Rundown.